This is day 12 of my retention journey, and yeah, I'm just gonna explain honestly how I feel, man. This has been my most purest retention streak that I have. I shouldn't call it a streak, and it should call it more of a journey. Of this retention journey, this has been my more purest journey of my most recent ones. My recent ones, I will usually go ahead and just goon mentally edge by looking at Instagram models and even going on the hub, bro, and just looking and the way my brain or try to go ahead and just justify me doing that was to go ahead and realize that that is all pointless. It's pointless chasing that. It's pointless watching it, and that was my brain's way of making an excuse to go ahead and watch it and trying to go ahead and find realizations and not to go ahead and consume it and find realizations that it's pointless to be watching the hub. It's pointless to be looking at these Instagram models, but you just fall into a deeper lust hole in that path, and it doesn't end up going the best. So, been there, done that, and this is my most purest streak so far. And right now, if I'm being honest, bro, I'm feeling booty withdrawals right now. Um, from girls, of course. Some dudes just take that way out of context. When I say booty, I don't mean a guy's booty. I mean, I just girls in general, man. And I really realized too on my other streak too. I will constantly be looking at a girl's butt, and what I mean by that is that I'll look at a girl's butt before I look at a girl's face, and that's something that I'm realizing I'm doing right now, and in this journey of just trying to overcome lust, but my journey of overcoming lust, because I am overcoming it right now. But it's been rough. There's been ups and downs for surely, man. It could be mentally draining. It could be draining mentally through through caring about random things in your life. There's people walking behind me, and usually when people walk behind me, I'll go ahead and cancel the video, but I might go silent for a little bit, but I would try to go ahead and continue to make a rest of the video. But you have to really realize that no one really cares at the end of the day, and you're the only one truly caring at the end of the day. And something that I've been doing well on the streak is not really caring that much. Also, too, I'll go and talk about this even more, talk about this to a deeper context, and me trying to really go ahead and really care. But it's I'm just yapping right now. But yeah, this journey has been really different. Um, um, it's kind of hard talking about semen retention in public. Talking around this concept around people, it's a little bit difficult. Like, you're just talking about retaining your balls in public, which doesn't really make sense, doesn't really add up. But it's just a journey that I am on, right? And I was getting a couple realizations last couple of days. I've been reading some spiritual books and really realizing a huge concept of that. Realizing the concept of that. It's fascinating to go ahead and be on this world. It's fascinating to have consciousness. It's fascinating to be a real human. It's fascinating to be a human. It's fascinating that we have materials, right? We have substances, we have materials. It's fascinating that we have all this stuff, right? And it's crazy. Like, it does not make sense to go ahead and watch porn in today's day and age. The amount of dudes who make the stupid excuses about not to go ahead and watch the website, like, they don't make sense. Like, a normal human being should not be watching a website every single day of thinking about think about this, right? Another guy smashing a girl, you're watching another dude's success, man, which doesn't make sense. And I am someone personally, when I go on the hub, I don't like watching that stuff. I like watching the girl by herself because this is weird having other dudes meet in your screen. But it's crazy in today's day and age that we have seen crazy things that we are the first of our generation to go ahead and see on that website. Is crazy. The amount of dudes rockets who have seen, bro, I'm talking about some public, bro. It's crazy the amount of dudes rockets you have seen in public. It's crazy the amount of different girls that you have seen on that website. Like, that is not normal in today's day and age to be consuming that amount of stuff like that. And that is something that just does not make sense as a individual to go ahead and just consume at the end of the day. And I get it that if you're not going to go ahead and practice retention, if you're trying to do it for a healthy, release stress way, right, which is still respectable at the end of the day. I'm not a retention YouTuber saying if you don't retain and you're a complete loser and stuff like that. No, you could go ahead and still, if you want to go ahead and still release with your girl, right? I don't blame you for doing that. Now, if you're doing it crazy amount of times, which it could get pretty out of hand, but realistically, if you're able to do it without watching a website, if you're able to drastically get it down, if you're someone who's doing it right now, like, you're trying to go ahead and go cold turkey from doing it maybe twice a day, one every single day a week, it's going to go ahead and be challenges for you. And that is a mistake that we all make in this retention journey, is trying to go ahead and go cold turkey straight off the bat and in our streak straight off the bat. I mean, not in our streak straight off the bat, but stop being your stuff straight off the bat. And you really have to go ahead and start noting down things. You have to go ahead, you should go ahead, you can make it in your notes, right? Just note down every single time you do it, right? Make a chart for every single week, right? Make a chart for 4 weeks. See how many times you do it for the whole entire month. The next month or next week, try to go ahead and get the number lower. That is making progress with yourself, right? And the problem is, we try to go ahead and go cold turkey straight off the bat. We try to go ahead and get these long retention streaks, and you just end up relapsing, going back in the same exact cycles, going off of this journey, going off of this path, going off this practice, and going back to your normal habits. Then you realize, man, I'm draining myself. Me watching this website is not good for me. My social skills are getting worse. I'm not able to talk to girls the best. And if you're someone who already struggles with shyness or social anxiety, which I think watching the hub honestly makes that way much more harder to go ahead and socialize with people, man. You still could go ahead and get a girl, but it could be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more extra work to go ahead and talk to a girl compared to if you're more of an outgoing person. It might not be as hard to go ahead and do that. It might not be as hard to go ahead and get a girl while you're still watching the website. But all in all, watching that website truly drains you, and trying to go ahead and get these long retention streaks and trying to go ahead and survive as long as you can and going back into your old habits is not the way to go ahead and go. You have to go ahead and build yourself and track yourself to really realize that you're making actual progress. This isn't your excuse to go ahead and release. I know I was someone who will go ahead and watch these videos, and deep down inside will like go ahead and like an excuse to go ahead and release, right? I watched the urologist go and explain why it's good to go ahead and nut 21 times a day. And I will be a person who will men's health online, who will go ahead and search up that is it healthy to go ahead and touch yourself. I'm not giving you excuses to go ahead and touch yourself. I'm not giving you excuses to be like, hey man, let me go ahead and release today and I'll go ahead and start tracking my progress. No, bro. I'm not telling, dude, I am not telling you to do that. But if it comes to a time where you release, man, track your progress. And if you do fall into your old habits, which a lot of us tend to go ahead and do, track it. If you go into your old habits for 2 weeks, track how many times you do it for those 2 weeks. If you go back onto a couple week retention streak, then you do it and then relapsing again, okay, track it right there. If you're making progress, bro, that's all that matters. And we don't like to go ahead and track the little progress. We like to go ahead and think of the bigger picture. We like to go ahead and think of all these benefits, like you're tracking girls and doing all this and that, which is making you just honestly relapse in general, chasing these benefits and doing things like that is going to go ahead and make you even relapse more and making you go back into your old habits, which is not giving you the life that you actually want to go ahead and live. But overall, track your progress in the right way. This is not an excuse for you to go ahead and relapse, but this is an excuse for you to go ahead and lock in and go ahead and understand yourself, to go ahead and get to know yourself, to get a chance to go ahead and understand this journey and to continue to practice this journey. I wouldn't consider it a streak, I consider it a journey, because every single time you start retention, you start a new journey with yourself. Peace.